Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to the Quranic series. Today I'll be sharing the summary of part 28 of the Quran, inshallah. So let's begin. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Surah number 58, Al-Mujadalah. Honor the relationships made by Allah. Your wife will not become your mother merely by calling her as mother. Remove such false imaginations from your mind. There is no connection of such falsehood with belief. Keep in mind to breach the boundaries set by Allah in an infidelity and to oblige by these boundaries in the obligation of a faith. Allah is fully aware of your whisperings. Gossiping evil is sin and whispering for righteousness is upright. Beware about the gossiping and whisperings. These are the special weapons of Shaitan. He wants to overcome the hearts of believers through it. Seek Allah's help for escaping the mischiefs of Shaitan. Understand the obligations of congregation and follow the etiquettes of it. Create space when it is needed and leave when it is required. Allah has bestowed His mercy upon you by guiding you. You establish prayers, pay zakat, and obey Allah and His Messenger. Fulfill the obligations of faith and do not be friends with those who oppose Allah and His Messenger. Be it your father or your sons or your brothers or any other family member. This is the test of your belief. You will be included among the obedients of Allah if you are truthful in your belief. Those on the side of Shaitan will be in loss and the believers of Allah will be victorious. You do not leave the side of Allah and don't become the follower of Shaitan. Surah number 59, Al-Hashr. Have belief with truthfulness. The true believers tolerate to leave their homes, wealth, and resources in the path of Allah. They become careless about any loss and they actively work for the religion of Allah. They just want to please Allah. The believers have to compassionate with the believers. They help each other by all means and they open their hearts for each other. And they care for each other's need by keeping own needs behind. They strive to be safe from their own selfishness. The true believers keep love and respect in their hearts for the believers and they let not grow hatred in their own hearts for the believers. Avoid Allah's anger and be prepared for the day about to come. You will be lost if you forget Allah and if you follow the wrongful path. Realize the glory of this Quran and the verses of Allah. The mountain would have exploded if the Quran was revealed upon a mountain. All sacred names are for Allah. Remember Him with these sacred names. All the things in the heavens and the earth praises Him and glorify Him. You too join those who glorify Him. Surah number 60, Al-Mumtahina. Consider the enemies of Allah as your enemies. Do not be friend with them. The strugglers of the path of Allah and those who strive to please Allah, they do not become friend with the enemies of Allah. Make Ibrahim and his followers a role model for yourself. They have clearly told their people that we are completely displeased of your deities, and this displeasure will not end until you start to believe in Allah the Almighty. You behave well with those who haven't treated you like enemies, and you treat them with justice. Do not be friend with those who kept dire enmity with you. They are wrongdoers, and whoever befriends with them will do injustice with himself. Give shelter if the believing women come to you as refugees. Make arrangement of their marriages with yourselves. Strive to avoid Allah's anger and accept contentedly every commandment of Allah. Make covenant that you will clean yourself from all the wickedness of infidelity while admitting yourself into the faith. The believing women should promise that they will not associate anyone with Allah, they will not steal, they will not commit adultery, they will not kill their children, they will not falsely accuse anyone, nor will they disobey the messenger in any righteous deeds. Surah number 61 As-Saf. Fulfill the promises that you made. Become like rigid wall when the war is adamant in the path of Allah. Do not adopt such attitudes as Jews and Christians, which may aggrieve the Prophet and which may harm the religion. Do such trade which is beneficial in both the worlds. Believe with sincere hearts and struggle in the path of Allah by your lives and wealth. Be the helper of Allah, as the disciples of Isa said on his call, we are the helper of Allah. Surah number 62 Al-Jumu'ah. Recognize the favors of Allah. You would have been in clear depravity if Allah did not send His messenger. Recite the Quraan and seek knowledge and wisdom from Allah. Listen to your inner self and embellish your character. Those who were given Torah, they misprized it. You are blessed with Quraan. Do not follow the path of Jews to treat the Quraan. Whatever Allah has for you is far better than the world's mischiefs and its businesses. Stop all worldly businesses by listening to the call of Allah. Do not ignore the call of Allah for the sake of worldly businesses. Remember Allah most often, it is the path of success. Surah number 63 Al-Munafiqun. The hypocrites are your real enemies. Be careful of them. They are the serious liars. Do not trust their promises. They prevent from the path of Allah and they do the most bad deeds. Do not get impressed by their talks. Do not get impressed by their appearances. They are of no use to you. Do not let your wealth and children make you negligent from the remembrance of Allah. You will be in great loss if it has happened. Spend in the path of Allah from the wealth given to you by Allah and follow the path of righteous people. You still have wealth and chance to become pious. Later you will regret when you will have no wealth and no opportunity. Surah number 64 At-Taghabun. Believe in Allah, His Messenger, and in the light that Allah has revealed. Fear that day, indeed it will be the day of losses and gains. Be firm on faith if you want the gain and do righteous deeds. Obey Allah and His Messenger. Do not violate any of the commandments of Allah and trust in Him alone. Along with you, be worried about the faith of your children and your wives. Be careful, Shaitan can use them against you in enmity. Consider your wealth and your children as a great test of yours. You will receive great rewards from Allah if you become successful in this test. Try all the ways to avoid Allah's anger. Obey Allah, spend in His path. Your souls are greedy, save yourself from its evil. Surah number 65 Al-Talaq. Remember your Lord when you divorce. Keep them honorably when you live with your wives, and part with them honorably if you have to leave your wives. Live your lives while avoiding the anger of Allah. Allah will pave ways for you. Allah will provide you provision in a way that you cannot imagine. Will bring ease upon you. Allah will remove all your sins and will bless you with the great rewards. Surah number 66 At-Tahrim. Allah considers the women righteous, those who are obedient to Allah, those rich with the wealth of belief, the true worshipper, those focused towards Allah, passionate about fasting and prayers. O believing women, try to bring yourself to this standard. Save yourself from the fire of hell and save your household too. Turn towards Allah with full sincerity. Be worried that may Allah bless you with the eternal light on the day of judgment and may He forgive you. Take lessons from the wives of Nuh and the wife of Lut. Both of them were wives of righteous, obedient of Allah. But both of them did treachery with their husbands and they were thrown into hell. Their husbands could not help them. The wife of Pharaoh is a role model for the believers. She remained firm in faith despite all harsh cruelty. She showed her displeasure about the sinful deeds of Pharaoh and she strengthened her obedience for Allah. She abandoned the castle of Pharaoh and all its luxury and prayed to her Lord Allah, O my Lord, build me a house in nearness to you in the paradise. Similarly, Maryam, the daughter of Imran, is a role model for the believers. She preserved her chastity more than her life. She believed in every commandment of her Lord in her whole life. She remained obedient to her Lord. So, this was the summary of part 28. We will continue with the next part tomorrow, inshallah. Till then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.